All right, my peoples. For those of you that are watching on the replay, thanks a lot. Um, this is my buddy Sharif Davis. He's going
Davis, how
to
you doing?
talk to us a little bit. Some of y'all were asking about investment strategy. Some of y'all were asking about, how to level up in some other ways to make money in the market now. This is one of my good buddies, and he's going to talk to us a bit about, why he got into trading. We were going to look at charts and all that. He don't have time for all that because he's in the middle of his day job. But Sharif, start with this. Why did you get into trading?
Basically, I got into trading because I got tired of working like two jobs. Like, I wanted to do other things besides like working doubles, putting in long hours. I wanted to try something different. I First I started reading books. I started reading books on financial books to see how I can invest my money and gain financial literacy, how I can make my money work for me.
All right. So what would you say for people that are, and this is good that you're actually in the middle of kind of a break, because I know you trade throughout the day on your phone. What do you say to people who say, I don't have enough to get started right now, either whether it's money or time? What do you say to those type people?
I tell the people that you can start small. You can start small. You can start with like $30, $40, and you could just build up. You could just build yourself up. A lot of people, they think when you trade like stocks or anything to build capital and stuff like that. Basically like investment. They think you need to start with a large sum of money, $1,000, tens of thousands, but that's not true. You shouldn't believe that. You can always start small and work your way up, just like with anything in life.
That's a fact right there. And how much did you start with?
Me personally, I started with $500.
Okay. And when you did that, give us the practical steps. What did you do? How long had you been studying before? What were some of the things you did so that way you weren't? Because I noticed that there was gambling and trading in the market. You actually trade because you do the studies behind it. So
Basically, I started reading about the market about like 2015, 2015, and I just was studying. I was just reading all type of books and option. The main book I used to read was a book called Options Made Easy. I probably read that book like about like 3 times. I was reading the IBD, the Wall Street Journal. I was watching CNBC and just trying to soak up as much things about the market as possible. And
okay.
I basically started trading like in 2018. And when I started trading, I put $500 in, and I was real aggressive to the point where like I was just eager to see money fluctuate up and down. So it got to the point where I was losing my money. I did all that research and then I just started doing the opposite of what I learned.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was going to say that kind of because I remember when you started trading, and I remember you were. There was some days what you made up to like $1,500 in a day from a trade.
I'm sorry, we
Um,
got cut off.
did we lose you, Sharif? If we did, jump back on. But let me just say this: while he's having technical issues, he's a trader, not a technology person, as you can see. Sharif has made like $1,500 in one day, or a couple hours off of a trade. He gets in, gets right out. It's pretty amazing. But he's also lost a lot in the same span of time from doing it. And I think that there's a lesson there that that you can't be afraid, one, to take risks, and to two, part of the journey is losing. Part of the journey is the failures. It's not, I'm real concerned about people that sell, whether it is investment strategies or advice with this sort of like, you'll always win type strategy, because you're never always going to win. I don't care who you are. There's always going to be times, moments, situations, circumstances where you may not win. And it's just about how do you manage that? How do you manage your risk? I don't suggest you bet everything on the farm. Let me see. I think he's back. Um, you know, and how do you use that to your biggest and best benefit? Let's see where you are. All right, what's up? So Sharif, can you hear me? We can't hear you yet. All right. It says you're coming back on. So Rees, I was telling them how you've made as much as $1,500 in a day, and you've also lost just as much in a day. Can you speak to that?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, sir.
Sorry, it was just a little technicality on the phone. Sorry.
It's okay. It happens. But I was telling them how you've made like $1,500 from doing options, because I know that's your thing mainly, selling options. I know you sell trade regular stocks as well, or buying options. Just for the sake of time, let's just say they're the same, although they're not.
Yeah, I started trading options because certain stocks that I was dealing with I was dealing with expensive stocks. Like I said, like a lot of people feel like that when you trade you gotta have a lot of money, which is not true. But in this particular scenario, I was dealing with stocks that's pricey. So I started dealing with options because I could afford them stocks at a small percentage and get a bigger bang for my buck. So basically, for a small portion of money, I can control 100 shares of stock, and I could buy back into it depending on the scenario.
All right, so I know we're gonna have to do this several times, and we'll do more when you have more time as well. But let's bring this on the basement level for people who have no idea what options are. They know what stocks are, perhaps, because that's pretty. Most people learn that somewhere along the line. What is the difference between a stock option and a regular stock?
Um, Basically with a stock, when you own a stock, you basically own a percentage of a company. But an option is something that has no value on its own. It gets its value from a stock. It's like a side bet. It's like side betting, but really you side trading. So basically what an option is it's a derivative of a stock. It gets its value from a stock, an ETF, and things like that.
Okay,
It
and
has, it has no value unless it's attached to something that has value.
got you. Um,
And
but
another thing, that's the difference between an option as a stock is, options deal with something that's called time value, meaning you only can hold that option for a period of time, like whether it's a week, a day, a year, a month, and things like that. With a stock, you can hold a stock forever as long as it don't hit zero. And
yeah, and if I could just fill in a little bit of the gap there too, and just say that what makes it a stock option is it's actually an option to purchase a certain number of shares or sell a certain number of shares. So the
yeah, so
option contract, yeah, you're right. It has no value in itself, but the contract is either bought or sold based on whether the stocks themselves are bought or sold, which is, I don't think we should get into too much of that now, but let me ask you this. Options, I know that you can make money whether the market is going up or the market is going down. Before you
yes.
get into strategies, because that's probably for another time, do you find you make more money when the market is going up or when the market's coming down?
Well, the market when the market does drop, it drops faster than it climbs. But it all depends on your strategy. It all depends on you as a trader, whether you're an aggressive trader or you're a low risk trader. When you're an aggressive trader, you take a more risk. So when you take a more risk, you're gonna make more money faster because you're taking bigger risks.
Got it.
It all depends on your trading.
Got it.
Because some strategies when you're dealing with options have limited rewards. That means the stock could go up $10, $15, but your strategy only allowed you to make $2 of that because you were so protected from downside risks.
Got it. Got it. Um, Let me ask you this. If people want to know more about you and how to trade with you and learn some more from you, how can they find you?
But they can find me at Forex Rees. That's my Facebook and it's also my IG, Forex Rees. You can contact me. You can DM me on them two platforms. And also I have a podcast coming up with a few other of my friends, and we're gonna basically talk about the market, talk about financial literacy, financial things that's dealing with financial and stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, commodities, foreign exchange. We're gonna be talking about all that. We're gonna be asking questions. We trying to learn also. We don't know everything about the market. We want to learn. We want to hear from the people. We want people to call in. We want to teach and be taught. We're gonna have other educated people on the market call in and get their opinion and also teach us, because we all want to invest. We all want our money to work for us. We don't want to be a slave to the dollar. We want the dollar to be a slave to us.
That's yeah, I hear that. I know we got to wrap up soon, but let me ask you a couple more questions. One is, what's the biggest life lesson that you've learned through investing? That has nothing to do with money, but just that you've learned in life as a result of your work or your trading.
I learned in trading. I learned basically what I learned is just be patient. I learned that is patience to take you a long way. Never try to force anything in life. Never try to just go without knowing, without having an understanding of what you're doing. Always try to have an understanding before you do anything. Have the knowledge, have the wisdom behind it. And when I say patient, I mean be patient, but also seek knowledge and be aggressive too at the right time in the right moment. And you can also apply that to trading.
Oh,
Because a lot of people will tell you in trade you only can make money when the market is going up, but that's really false. A lot of people will tell you, oh, the market is down today. The market is only down depending on how you're looking at the market, because the market will be in the red, and it's an individual or individuals out here in this world, and their account is in the green. They up. They done did financially good for that particular day, even though the market was down.
yeah, because they bet, their trade wanted it to go that way. And I think that goes to show the
They
power of
shorted the
perspective.
market. They shorted the market, and you got a lot of people that short the market. That's where hedge funds come in at. They always hedge in the market.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, that's a lesson in life. It depends on how you look at it. So really, the market is never objectively down. It's only down depending on the perspective you're looking at it. The market is down if the trade went against your way, I guess. But yeah, I like that. And what would you say for people? I know I kind of asked you this at the beginning, but I'm always about trying to help people get started where they are. A lot of people have excuses, reasons why they can't. But a lot of people at home, you were on quarantine. How long were you on quarantine? I know you're in New York with me, so it's like 2 months, right?
Yeah, like 2 months.
And you just started coming back. But you've been trading for a while, and I know you trade from your phone. What do you say?
I
I know I
traded
asked you this
today.
before. Go ahead.
I traded today.
Okay, all right. What would you say to people who are looking at themselves? They're tired of being a slave to the dollar, like you put it. They feel like all the money that they get, they have to either sweat to earn or it goes straight to bills. How would you encourage people to take practical steps right where they are to, to begin the cycle of financial freedom?
I tell people, I tell people, basically the gain of steps is educate yourself. You know what you don't. You know what you already got one step. One step. You already recognize the problem. You know what you don't want. You know what you're tired of doing. You know you're tired of seeing the same results of you working double shifts, or it's never enough. You never have enough money, or you never have enough time to spend with your kids or spend with your family because you always at work, or you're always busy. If you're not at work, you're tired from being at work. So I tell people this: educate yourself. Educate yourself on whatever you want to do. Just not the market. You also got the real estate market that's also doing. That's about to start doing good. And right now, this the perfect time. This one of the perfect times if you wanna invest or stocks or anything, because even though even though the stock market is doing good, it's also doing bad in a way. That means if none of these events was happening, a lot of these stocks that's so-called down, or that might be down day to day or fluctuating up and down, depending on the week of the day, they normally would be $10 or $20 or maybe even $100 more than what they are now. And this would be a perfect time to buy in to these individual stocks, because once everything clears up, um you're gonna see a substantial gain on your money.
And there you're talking about just regular stocks, not options, right?
Yeah, just regular stocks.
Got it.
And
I know
and
you
a
do.
lot of things, if you don't really trust, if you really want to get to know stocks, like start looking up dividend stocks. Like look up stocks that pay dividends, that you can see, that you can get paid dividends on a 3/4 basis or a monthly basis. And you could just put enough money in these individual stocks. Now they don't go up a lot, they don't move up a lot, but you could put money in these individual stocks and you can see a dividend payout every month or quarterly or every other month. And these individual stocks can pay your bills. So now when you are working for your money, that money will go straight to you and you could do something else with it instead of pay your bills and things like that, because these stocks is going to be paying them for you on a monthly or quarterly basis. And
Got
they
it.
call dividend stocks. And one particular you can look at is AT&T.
See, that's your free tip for the day, y'all. Look, so let's let I know you gotta run. Hopefully we'll do this more, but I know you have a podcast coming out. Check them out, Forex Rees, Forex space Rees. I spelled that right, Rees?
Yes.
All right. Make sure y'all follow him, IG, Facebook. You know, he's got a lot of wisdom. And he started where you are right now. And you know, we're all learning the process. I talked to him about a lot of investment stuff as well as other things. Thanks, Forex Rees, Sharif.
All right, man. Thanks, man. I enjoyed talking to you.
I enjoyed talking to you as well. We'll let you go, man.